Gerald, you weren't always a Christian. In fact, you came out of a Jewish background and you were in college and you didn't believe anything. What gripped you about Jesus? What statements got to you?
Well, I think that what's going on here is that, first of all, it became clear to me in reading the New Testament. Someone gave me a New Testament and said, you have a cultural perception of Jesus. And that perception is that Jesus is a great teacher. He might even be a prophetic figure. Great. But read this material and ask yourself, is Jesus' teaching the issue or is Jesus himself the issue? We think you're smart enough to figure that out. So they handed me a Bible and I started reading. As I read the Gospels, it became clear that the issue wasn't just Jesus' teaching, it was his person. And in his person, then, there was a claim being made. He was at least the Messiah. He was at least the Messiah. He was the Son of Man, this exalted figure who receives authority from the Ancient of Days. And then what did it for me, and I actually think this is a second answer to the question you asked Dan, I actually think that the early church got it when they recognized that Jesus was invited by God to share his presence and his authority, because in Judaism no one shares the glory of God. And so you have to have you have to be a certain kind of person to be able to share that glory and that presence. And so that leads naturally to the deduction of who could possibly sit next to God at the right hand of the Father. It's got to be someone who's able to share his glory and his presence, which means he's got to be deity.